Here are the two forged figures done by Hasbro. Oh yeah, we have this early Hasbro forge, which isn't really that great. I'll have it for size comparison later. This one is from the Caliban BAF Wave, and the new one is from the 3-pack with Storm and Jubilee. The Caliban Wave Forge comes with a pair of gun, and the 3-pack Forge comes with a gun and an alternate pair of hands. Here's a closer look of the Caliban Wave Forge weapons, one bigger gun and one smaller handgun. And here's the 3-pack gun, which looks more futuristic. It has the pink stripes at the front part of the gun, and also the silver paintwork is quite good. It is shiny. And at the back over here is kind of like gunmetal silver. I actually like the paintwork of this gun, compared to the other gun which is just one solid color. Caliban Forge comes with a trigger finger hand and a gripping hand. The 3-pack Forge comes with a trigger finger hand, these open-fingered hands, and a pair of fists. The Caliban Wave Forge is based on his early appearances, and the 3-pack is based on his appearance with the yellow and blue X-Men team in the 90s. You can see that the appearance is kind of similar, it's both yellow and blue, but over here is definitely darker yellow and darker blue compared to the 3-pack. This one also have these brown boots with this thingy over here. I don't know what it's called. Whereas the 3-pack is missing those brown boots. The Caliban Forge has a holster at the thigh, but the 3-pack does not. And the belt is different as well. The belt on the 3-pack Forge really has a glossy finish to it. Both of the straps are exactly the same. They both have the hole at the back, but the shade of brown on it is really just slightly different. The head sculpt kind of looks exactly the same. It has the same contours on the cheeks and also the chin, but the mustache is definitely painted differently. And something about the eyebrows make this one look slightly more fierce looking compared to this one, which kind of has a vacant expression. Both of them have the hair and the headband sculpted on the head. They are not separate pieces. Top part of the sculpted headband is skin color instead of having it in red. And it's the same case for both of the heads. I guess it's probably too difficult to paint that very thin part of the headband red at the top of it. The headband is simply glued to the side of the head, and the ponytail is exactly the same for both figures. And for the metallic ties, I really like the one on the 3-pack. It really has a good cybernetic sculpt to it, and the color is really shiny silver and looks metallic. Compared to this one, which is kind of okay, but the color on it is kind of bluish silver. Overall doesn't really look bad, but I definitely prefer the metallic thighs on the 3-pack Forge. Here's an even closer look. It really looks good to me. And I don't know why it has this black paintwork over here, this line down the grooves. But the overall sculpt and paintwork of it is really good. Oh yeah, and one thing that I should have mentioned at the start of it is that this one is on the Bucky Cap body mold, but the new 3-pack Forge is on the Vulcan body. So you can see the difference in size over here. This is definitely taller than the Bucky Cap body mold. I actually feel Forge shouldn't have been on this figure because it's kind of too big. Bucky Cap size would have been good enough, or maybe the Sunfire body mold. And one last thing about the appearance is that, like the retro Wolverine, they finally sculpted these straps over here at the calf and the thigh so that it doesn't drop down, unlike other previous figures which keep having them dropping down because those straps were separate pieces. And one more thing about this 3-pack Forge is that because it's on the Vulcan body mold, it has the pinless elbows and knee joints, but for the metallic thigh, there is a visible pin over here. I don't know why they couldn't just make it pinless as well. For articulation, both of these have pretty much the same range of movement except for the shoulder butterfly joints on the Vulcan body. And also, for this Forge, because of these gloves, it kind of slightly restricts the movement of the double hinge elbow joints. There, the top part of the gloves over here restricts the movement. You can't bend it more because of the gloves. That's the best it can do. Whereas for the 3-pack, you can bend the arms more. There. And of course, it has the shoulder butterfly joints, unlike the Bucky Cap body mold. The Vulcan body can also do a better split and also able to bend the knees more. For the ab crunch, the bucky cap can bend slightly more forward. To the back is about the same. And for the hands of the 3-pack, the trigger finger gun has a hinge that goes up and down instead of left and right. The open finger hands holds the gun nicely in this position. Overall, definitely the Vulcan body has better articulation compared to the bucky cap body. Now, for a bit of comparison, here is the early Hasbro Forge. You can see that it's kind of like in ascending order of height. The early Hasbro Forge is really on an outdated body mold and really kind of small. The early 2-pack Forge actually comes with so much more weapons and even an alternate head, which is really awesome, but unfortunately the figure itself isn't really that great. It also has this earpiece thingy at the side of the head, which I feel could have been an alternate head for the newer figure. So yeah, I can definitely get rid of this one. And here's Deadpool on the Sunfire body mold. I thought Forge could have been on this body mold instead of the Vulcan body. The Sunfire body mold is kind of like about the same size as the bucky cap body, but with better articulation. The Vulcan body definitely has a bigger upper torso and slightly longer legs. And here's the Jubilee and Storm figures that come with the 3-pack Forge. I'm selling the Caliban Forge away because he doesn't really fit in the Jim Lee era X-Men teams. So overall, the new Forge figure is quite good. It's kind of on a bigger body mold for my liking, but it doesn't really look bad either. I really like the sculpt and the paintwork on the cybernetic thighs. And I guess it's decent enough we get an alternate pair of fists and also a gun. But an alternate head would have been great too. One without the headband or maybe with a metallic headgear just like the early Hasbro Forge. Overall, it's definitely a welcomed figure to the collection. Thanks for watching. Do check out my other reviews at my channel.